Hello and welcome back to American Classic Tour TV. On today's show, I'm going to preview our tour to Cape Cod. Over the past 5 years, Cape Cod has been our most popular tour, which makes sense. I mean, it's one of the most charming places in America. I think singer Patti Page put it well in her 1957 hit single, "If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air, quaint little villages here and there, you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod." Explore this pine-scented peninsula of wild, open tracts of bogland and moors, groves of scrub oak and pitch pine, and wide, sandy beaches that stretch seemingly forever along the Atlantic Ocean, dotted with bustling harbors, charming seaside villages, and historic sea captain homes. Our trip will begin in Boston, where we'll explore the historic city and its Freedom Trail. We'll visit Plymouth and then journey down to Cape Cod for a 4-night stay. We'll explore the entire Cape, journeying all the way up to Provincetown, and we'll make day trips to the islands of Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. So if we zoom out on our map, you'll see that Cape Cod is a hook-shaped peninsula in southeastern Massachusetts. It's a popular vacation spot among Northeasterners who come to escape the busyness of big cities like Boston or New York and enjoy the peninsula's laid-back charm and sandy beaches. The islands of Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket are known especially to be popular among the rich and famous. Don't be surprised to see a celebrity out and about at a shop or a restaurant while you're in Martha's Vineyard. Larry David, Spike Lee, Bill Murray, James Taylor, Carly Simon, David Letterman, and Diane Sawyer are all known to have had homes on Martha's Vineyard. The Clintons raised the profile of the island when they became regular visitors during Bill's presidency. And in 2019, the Obamas purchased an $11.75 million estate on Martha's Vineyard. But the most famous name to be associated with the Cape and these islands is Kennedy. Joseph and Rose Kennedy were an Irish Catholic couple from Boston. They had 9 children, including their son John, who would go on to become the 35th President of the United States. In 1928, Joseph Kennedy bought a waterfront property along Nantucket Sound in Hyannis to be a summer home for his family. John, his brothers Bobby and Teddy, and the rest of their siblings spent happy summers during their childhood in Cape Cod. In the mid-1950s, John and Ted Kennedy, as adults, bought homes adjacent to their father's estate, and over time, the collection of homes came to be known as the Kennedy Compound. As the family rose to political prominence, the compound became a popular gathering place for politicians, celebrities, and other members of the American elite. JFK used it as a base for his successful 1960 US presidential campaign, and later as a summer White House and presidential retreat. And really, folks, it was here that the legend of the Kennedys was born. With their oceanfront homes, large families, their penchant for sailing and preppy style, the Kennedys and their Cape Cod estate came to symbolize American fame and success. I'm sure some of you remember seeing them in Life magazine. Many of the iconic photos of JFK, his wife Jackie, and their young family that were featured in the popular magazine were taken here in Hyannis. President Kennedy always enjoyed returning to Cape Cod. He felt it was the one place he could relax and feel at home when he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. And because of his love for this area, he wanted to preserve the beauty of the Cape. In 1959, when he was a senator, he co-sponsored a bill to create the Cape Cod National Seashore. And just a few years later, when he was president, he actually signed the bill into law, saying, "This act makes it possible for the people of the United States, through their government, to acquire and preserve the natural and historic values of a portion of Cape Cod for the inspiration and enjoyment of people all over the United States." And I have to say, personally, I'm happy he did this, because when we visit the Cape, we get to enjoy the beauty of the National Seashore. So as you can tell, we'll see a number of sites relating to the Kennedy family on this tour, and we'll learn about their dramatic rise to prominence. Let's take a detailed look at our itinerary. Explore the capital of Massachusetts, the city of Boston. With a population of just under 5 million people, Boston is the 11th largest metro area in the United States and the largest city in New England. It is America's premier university town, with a total of 44 institutions of higher education being located in the Boston metro area, including Harvard, MIT, and Boston College. Bostonians are known for their unique accent and their love of their sports teams. And over the past few decades, Boston has also become quite a movie town, as a number of blockbusters were filmed here, including Good Will Hunting, The Departed, and The Town. But what I think Boston is best known for is its rich history. Perhaps more than any other city in America, Boston has a long and storied past. Founded in 1630 by a group of English Puritans, Boston grew to become a major center of commerce and culture. It played a crucial role in the American Revolution, In 1770, the Boston Massacre occurred when British soldiers fired on a crowd of unarmed colonists, killing 5 people. This event helped to galvanize support for the revolution. A few years later, in 1773, the Boston Tea Party took place, when colonists disguised as Native Americans dumped a shipment of British tea into the Boston harbor in protest of British taxation. This event further inflamed tensions between the colonists and the British. We'll take a guided tour of Boston and its Freedom Trail to see the Boston Common, the Massachusetts State House, Faneuil Hall, the Old State House, and Paul Revere's home and his statue commemorating his midnight ride. It's so cool. We'll go inside the Old North Church where the lanterns hung from the belfry on the evening of April 18, 1775. And then we'll travel on the same route that Paul Revere traveled up to Lexington and Concord, where the shot heard around the world, the opening shot of the American Revolution, was fired. You'll stand exactly where that shot was fired, bringing to life the events of the first battle of the American Revolution. Being here in Lexington and Concord, where the first blood was shed, really where it all started for America, is an experience I'll never forget. We'll make our way down to the Cape and we'll stop in Plymouth. I'm sure you all remember learning about Plymouth in school. A group of Puritans fleeing from religious persecution in England on their Mayflower ship landed ashore here in 1620. It was here that the Puritans and the Native Americans celebrated the first Thanksgiving feast. While in Plymouth, you can see a replica of the Mayflower ship, the famous Plymouth Rock, and the National Monument to the Forefathers. Enjoy a full-day guided tour of the Cape. Delight in charming seaside villages and picturesque views of the ocean at Cape Cod National Seashore. See popular landmarks like the Eastham Windmill and the Cape Cod Lighthouse. Now, does this lighthouse look familiar to you? Well, that's because it's been made famous by being featured on the bag of Cape Cod potato chips. Journey all the way to the very end of the peninsula to visit Provincetown. Known for its sandy beaches and vibrant nightlife, Provincetown is the site of a major art colony. The town has been home to many famous artists, including Eugene O'Neill and Jackson Pollock. There are many art galleries and studios in Provincetown, and the town hosts a number of art festivals throughout the year. We'll end our day touring the Cape with a local favorite, a lobster dinner. For those of you like me who love seafood, who love lobster, you'll really enjoy this tour. But for those of you who want a more traditional option or aren't big fans of lobster, of course, there will be other options available. We'll take a ferry ride to Nantucket, where we'll spend a day exploring the island. Europeans first settled on the island of Nantucket in 1659, and by the 18th century, Nantucket became the wealthiest town in New England, as it thrived as a major whaling port. The classic novel Moby Dick by Herman Melville was set in Nantucket. You can learn more about the history of whaling at the Whaling Museum here on the island. Today, Nantucket is known as a popular vacation spot. You'll be charmed by its cobblestone streets, its upscale restaurants and shops. Now on this trip, you'll notice many single-story homes that feature a small rectangular footprint. They're typically topped with steeply pitched roofs to help shed snow and rain, making them ideal for the cold New England winter. And they also feature shingle siding made of wood that is resistant to the region's harsh weather. This style is known as the Cape Cod style of architecture. It originated in the 17th century and remains popular throughout the area today. And when I led this tour, I remember this style being most pronounced in Nantucket. I was struck with the uniformity of the architecture on the island. Most of the homes are in Cape Cod style with matching brown weathered shingle siding. This architectural uniformity really gives the island its fairy tale charm. We'll take another ferry for a full day excursion to Martha's Vineyard. While similar in many ways, Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard have slightly different vibes. Many say that Nantucket is where the old money is at, and Martha's Vineyard is where the new money and the celebrities hang out. Nantucket is tranquil and traditional, whereas Martha's Vineyard is fun and relaxed. The island is home to gorgeous seaside cliffs and picturesque lighthouses. In Edgartown, the oldest village on the island, you'll find old architecture, cobblestone streets, boutique stores, and tasty ice cream shops. In Oak Bluffs, you'll discover a neighborhood known as the Gingerbread Cottages. Over 300 cottages were built in the Carpenter Gothic style in the 19th century by Methodists who gathered in Oak Bluffs for summer camp meetings. Over time, the cottages have become more elaborate, known for their whimsical design, which features brightly colored exteriors, intricate woodwork, and turrets. We'll return to Cape Cod, and on the last day of our tour, we'll travel back to Boston to fly home. So there you have it, folks. That's our tour to Cape Cod. If you're interested in joining us on this tour, call our office or visit our website and one of our tour specialists will be happy to help you. it's really easy joining us out on the road. When you purchase one of our classic all-inclusive packages, your tour will begin and end at your front door with our signature home pickup and return service. We'll arrange your airfare and your airport transfers, making it seamless for you to meet up with your tour director and the rest of your group. Along the way, everything is included. Your hotel accommodations, fine dining, all attractions, entertainment, and admission fees, deluxe motor coach transportation, luggage handling, all gratuities, the services of an American Classic tour director, and premier local guides. Folks, all the details are arranged for you so you can sit back, relax, and journey in comfort. American Classic Tours was founded by my dad, Joe Conroy. So we're a family-owned and operated business, and for over 35 years, we've led thousands of travelers on our tours to the most beautiful places in North America and Europe. If you have questions, would like more information, or would like our free tour catalog sent to you in the mail, call our office or visit our website. Well, folks, thanks for tuning in to another episode of American Classic Tour TV. We hope to see you out on the road soon.